Hello, my friend. You're struggling to deal with guilt over past mistakes, over past bad behavior. You mentioned behaving badly with other people particularly, and you remember bullying people or being bad with siblings, and being aware maybe that this has affected other people very badly. Knowing that you were in the wrong, and also knowing that you have not acknowledged that you have never seen it through, that it's been worrying you at the back of your mind and you have allowed it to impinge on your everyday reality. Because somewhere in your heart, in your mind, in your soul, in your spirit, in your everyday existence, it broods on your mind that you did these things and that you had a bad effect on other people, and that perhaps that makes you a bad person, and perhaps also it makes other people unhappy because of something you have done. So the question is, how do you live with that? And the question after that is, what can you do about it? And the two are completely connected. Because as long as you are prepared to live with that as a burden and carry it and kind of deny it and do nothing about it, it will not ease. It will actually become a bigger and bigger burden, because there may be other events where you still make similar mistakes or you still disappoint yourself, and so you're not dealing with the problem. By telling yourself, oh, it was in the past and it doesn't matter anymore, or it's too long ago and I should just forget about it, and then realizing that you can't forget about it, and maybe also realizing that other people can't truly forget about it, although they may have implicitly forgiven you about it, you carry the burden and you create a really negative atmosphere in your own life, in your relationships, and a mistrust about yourself. So the only way to redeem yourself is to stop ignoring it and pretend it didn't happen, or tell yourself it's about the past and it doesn't matter today, and to accept that everything about the past is with us today, and that it matters today, and that you need to do something about it now. So everything that plays on your mind needs to be faced and needs to be dealt with. You just cannot afford to carry all this stuff. You need to clear your life. You need to clear your inner world and not allow it to continue to be cluttered in that way. So, what do you need to do? Well, first of all, you need to come to the decision that the time has come to face it, to think about it, even though it's painful to think about it. And we have a tendency, when something is painful, to not think about it. That's about self-protection. But it is totally counterproductive to indulge yourself in that way if this is about something that has been within your responsibility, that is part of your actions. So the things you have been responsible for, even, if you didn't know any better because you were a child, need to be forgiven but not forgotten, and need to be faced and need to be worked with. So that means gradually creating the strength in yourself to say, yes, I did that. I did act as a bad brother or a bad sister to my siblings. I did treat people in my school class badly. I did seek out the vulnerable and persecute them. You need to face that. You need to accept that, yes, you had a certain power, you had a certain ability to make life difficult for other people, and you did that because you could and because you didn't know any better. It's not good, it's nasty, it's awful, It stays with you as much as it stays with your victims. So the victims have a way of coping with that I've spoken about before. That's a different ball game. When you're the perpetrator, the only way is to come to terms with the fact that you have done that you had that capacity, and that because you didn't have good guidance or the situation wasn't safe, you've ended up treading on other people's lives and hurting them. Hey, that can't just be let go of. You've got to accept that that's in your character, in your life, in your past, that it is something you now want to deal with. And that is great. If you're listening to this, it is because the guilt is bothering you and you want to deal with it. Well, that makes you a good person. If you are willing to face your mistakes, you are a good person and you are working hard at improving yourself. So, do not feel bad about how it affects you now. Just accept that you're changing and allow that change to happen. So, think about it as often as you can, write about it, and put it in context. Understand how it happened, why your parents allowed you to do it, why your siblings allowed you to do it, why your friends allowed you to do it, why the world allowed you to get away with it. You don't carry the responsibility entirely on your own, ever. There is always a context, and there are always reasons why these things happen. But now it's up to you to say, I want to change that. I do no longer want to be that person who holds that and doesn't do anything about it. And once you've got that strength in yourself, once you've got that determination in yourself to learn from your mistakes, to own up to them, to take charge of them, to take responsibility for them, and to improve things, then you will have the strength to talk to the people you hurt or harmed, and to let them know that you regret that. So to express your regret, not just that you're sorry, but to show them that you regret and you are working at overcoming that way of being. To share with them why it is bad when people behave like that, and to give them further strength by kind of, working this through with them and allowing them to get a little bit of their own back, to get a sense that their suffering wasn't for nothing, that yes, you were in the wrong when you did that, and that yes, they deserve an apology, and they deserve understanding, and they deserve to be able to let it go together with you, to talk it through, to resolve it, and together to come to the conclusion that you have both learned from it and you can both carry on as stronger people, as more moral people in a more ethical way, and that the world therefore has become a little bit more trustworthy. So, if you had the strength to do wrong to other people, now have the strength to face up to that, to own up to it, to go beyond it, to work with others, and to redeem yourself by giving something back, by restituting what you took, by making a contribution to the world that allows other people to overcome similar mistakes, and to allow all of us to learn from your mistakes, because all of us are at risk to make these mistakes, and therefore to inform the world rather than hide these things in shame. Stand up to your shame, overcome your guilt, make restitution, do the right thing, become a strong person who lives with responsibility, and everybody will appreciate you for it and will really esteem you rather than want to put you down. I wish you so much strength with that. It is so important that we do these things. All the best to you, my friend. Take good care now. And don't be self-damning, but do take responsibility. Good luck.